Okay, so what's taking place here is basically in this video there is something that starts to form. If you were to go from the front two bricks going left to right, one, two, three, four, five, and six, and the fourth brick of the driveway, there's something going to manifest there. But before then, if you look across the street, starting from one, three, uh, five, across the street, you'll see a little red, looks like a flag. It just pops up out of nowhere, and there's nothing over there because I walked over there to check. But across the field, looking at the left squares, all the way across the street, you'll see something red, and that'll be there, and that thing moves. So it's not anything paper or bag or something like that. And then if you keep looking at the right screen or the fourth square, there's something that starts to manifest right where the concrete's kind of bubbly. You'll start to see like a cloud, a little white orbish cloud starts to formulate out of that square, and it's going to go off. Like I said, if you start from the front, bottom of the camera or bottom of the picture, first square on the left being one, two, three, and the fourth square, you'll see where the concrete's kind of disoriented. You'll see this orb-like thing start to move. Now the trick about this camera is it only films when there's something there, and obviously there's nothing there. Wind blows out here all the time, and they never get triggered by the wind. There is something definitely there, and you'll see it manifesting shortly in that fourth square. But also keep looking at that orange piece of paper thing, and then it goes across the street in the driveway too. You'll see an orange light over there across the street in somebody's driveway on the other side of the field here, and it kind of pops up all over the place. But mainly that little square is going to start to move towards the street, being that the first square on the left is one, the second square on the left is three, and the third square to the street, to the tar, would be five. So that's all in the driveway, and that's basically where the orb from number four square is going to go all the way over to the street, which you'll see shortly start to move from the fourth square. And if you can see it now, it's starting to move. It's smaller and it grows, and by the time it gets to the tar, it turns into a face. You'll see two eyes, and you'll see like a face. It almost looks like a lion at one point, and it turns into an alien-looking thing. And the orange paper will start to, the orange, I call it the paper, but it's a light or some sort. It moves back. The wind's kind of blowing towards the house, which makes it kind of weird that this is going against the wind. I'm trying to edit this, and I can't really see it too good from my angle and record at the same time. But you should start to see the cloud move out of the four square, and it's kind of in between 3, 4, 5, and it's not in the six square. It never goes to the six square. Six square being to the right, kind of leaning into the grass a little bit. The lines don't line up all the way, but you'll see it. And you see mainly it's like a little cloud, and it's creeping, and you'll see it better when it gets to the tar. On the concrete, it's kind of hard to see it, but it's creeping now, and it should be in the fifth square on the left-hand side. If you go 1, 3, and 5, that last square that leads to the concrete of the driveway or the asphalt of the driveway, I'm calling that square number 5. So I'm seeing 6 squares that are in the driveway, one being half in the grass, and the other one half over number 4. But the separators, there's 6 squares there all together. Now you see this little white shadowy thing making its way across. The camera stopped filming, picked it up again. That's what those blips are in the lighting. I grabbed 23 frames of recording, being from 33 seconds to 12 seconds. I think the longest one was a minute. but it all changed to you see the orange light across the street from the fifth square has gotten even brighter, and now it's pretty much blipped to the street. Now it's on the fifth square, and it'll start to form like a little cloud, and within that cloud you'll see faces. And it starts to form the faces. And the guy named James, he does all these weird videos. I would love for him to look at this and you tell me what it is, because I haven't done anything to it. I put it on iMovie. Doesn't seem to be scared of the car. As you can see, it's on the asphalt now. Now, this all happened within 7 minutes of just 23 different video shots of my camera motion sensor kicking on because of this thing. And as you can see, the orange paper or orange light, I keep calling it paper, it's gone.